So now moving on to the state of Tamil Nadu. Right now, Access My India here is projecting that BJP will open its account this time around. Land that has been dominated by Dravidian heavyweights here, 2 to 3 seats. That is the projection by Access My India. So, what has changed? Is it just the leadership of Annamalai? Because that is all what we've been hearing here in South India, or because the way DMK was projecting there is that there is no cadre-based system yet for the BJP here. All this is just media talk, media hype. And if the BJP is set to get 2 to 3 seats over there, what would be the biggest contributing factor for this, Sudhir?
Well, there has been media hype, no doubt. That has been one of the weapons used by the BJP largely. But from people on the ground, the BJP would fancy its chances in about 3 to 4 constituencies. Now, whether it actually translates into victory, and why is it so? Because there is strong anti-incumbency against the DMK government, which has already spent, 3 years in power. So there is anti-incumbency. The DMK's advantage is that the anti-DMK vote is going to get split between the NDA and the AIDMK. So that would definitely work to the advantage of the NDA candidates. But the three
Okay.
seats which they're talking about, one is Tenkasi, one is Tirunelveli, and one is Ramanathapuram. Now,
Well,
Ramanathapuram is where former Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam is contesting. And he's, from what I know, I did not travel personally to Ramanathapuram, but I have spoken to people who have traveled there, neutral journalists, who tell me that a significant part of the Yadava community vote went into his kitty, then his own Tevar community vote. Plus, he also managed to eat into a bit of the minority vote because of his own personal standing. Remember, he was not standing as a BJP candidate, but as an independent candidate with jackfruit as his election symbol. So, in that sense, O. Pannirselvam was kind of there as an individual, of course, backed by Narendra Modi and the NDA umbrella. Tirunelveli, Nayanar Nagendran, again, a heavyweight within the BJP in his own right. And so these two seats in particular would be seen as seats if they manage to do well. I'm not talking about winning. If they manage to do well, come a very good second, it would be on their back of their own strength. There are other seats like Vellore, Dharmapuri, Coimbatore of Annamalai, which has been in talk. See, a problem in a seat like Dharmapuri, where Anbumani Ramdas' wife Soumya Anbumani Ramdas is standing, is that while there will be a strong Banyar community consolidation in her favor, the reverse consolidation is also very much possible. And that has always worked against the PMK in many pockets, in many elections in the past. So if that kind of a consolidation happens in the favor of DMK and does not get split between the DMK and AIDMK, it would mean trouble for the PMK candidate. So it all depends on the dynamics of which way the vote really splits. Vellore, I can tell you, Kathir Anand won by just about 8,000 odd votes last time itself, even at the height of the DMK wave. So this time the seat was spoken about as something which would be a little tight. So there are these 4-5 seats which the BJP NDA is looking at. If the BJP vote share is a significant 20% or even 20% plus, that would be fantastic from a BJP point of view. Then it would see itself as some kind of a serious challenger. Now, I'm not saying it would come to power in Chennai in 2026, but it would be seen as a challenger, which cannot be taken lightly, given the fact that Annamalai would be leading the campaign. He already did a Padyatra through 234 constituencies. He could very well do a repeat before 2026. And the 2026, already people in Tamil Nadu are talking about how it will be a fight between Udayanidhi Stalin versus Annamalai versus actor Vijay if he takes a plunge. And in that, who is likely to look the best is going to be something very interesting to watch.
That would be a blockbuster political fight if ever there was one, wouldn't it? If these three fight together. But also, one thing that I'm seeing from all the projections of all the exit polls, not just Access My India, is the decimation of AIADMK more than the DMK, where they are basically left with an existential battle of sorts in the state. So, what happens next? How can Edupati Palaniswamy really get back? Because having broken up ties with the BJP, and if the BJP is gaining a significant vote share of about 20%, then obviously the ADMK vote share, the Tevas and the Gaunters also would have gone with them. What happens to ADMK going forward, Sudhir?
Two, 3 points here, Gautam. One, the ADMK, of course, did not have a national narrative. At least the DMK said that, okay, we could come to power, we could have our ministers at the center. The same goes for the NDA. The AIDMK did not have a national narrative, pretty much like the BRS in Telangana or
Yeah.
the YCP, YSRCP in Andhra. Uh, for Edapadi Palaniswamy, the big challenge is to ensure that the AIDMK does not become a Congo Belt Gounder community party. And that has been one
Yeah.
of the criticism that has been mounted against him. In fact, after the voting was over in the first phase, there were meetings of the AIDMK where we were told that he did come under some kind of came in for some kind of criticism that it is you who kind of decided on most of the seats and the tickets, and we are not likely to do very well.
Okay.
The flip side is if O Selvam wins from Ramanathapuram, assuming he wins, or ends up a very good second, there would be a clamor within a section of the ADMK to say that why did we really have to push out OPS from the party? Because with him, we have lost out the complete Tevar community vote also. So there could be a clamor that he should be brought back. So, or there could be some kind of a rebellion which could be there within the AIDMK. I think uh, the AIDMK would find it difficult to kind of stay as a cohesive unit, especially if they don't win any seats. So I would say in Kallakurchi and to an extent in seats like Erode, Salem, etc., they do stand a chance. Again, all of them in the Congo belt. So that is both their strength and their weakness. Weakness because the perception goes that this is almost like a sub-regional party operating only out of these Congo belt districts and constituencies. So EPS will face a struggle. Yes, he's likely to do very much better than he does in the Lok Sabha elections, in the assembly elections of 2026, because then he will be seen as a principal challenger to the DMK, because that's how the Tamil Nadu politics has been structured for all these years. And the two leaf symbol, the Retta LS symbol, is a major draw, especially in rural Tamil Nadu, not people associated with MJ Ramachandran and Jayalalitha. So for EPS, this is going to be challenging times. The BJP, I'm not so sure whether it would want a tie-up or whether it would try to kind of they wait for some kind of trouble to break out in the AIDMK and then look at what kind of opening it gets. But definitely interesting times. Stalin also need not think, because anything less than 38 seats for the DMK, the India Alliance, would be bad news because it would be seen as coming down from their 2019 performance. So Stalin,
Absolutely.
given the kind of anti-incumbency against the DMK government, will have a lot to worry about. Also, given the
Yeah.
fact that Tamil Nadu likes to change its government every 5 years, so he will be on
Yeah.
notice. And anything less than, let's say, 35, 34 seats would not mean very happy news. I mean, Arivaliam really need not will not get reason to celebrate with such a verdict.
All right. So as I said there, this Lok Sabha elections is sort of a platform for 2026 polls because keep in mind if the BJP does get the kind of seats, if it does manage to open its account and it goes about 20% vote share, they would have established more than just a toehold. They would have got a proper foothold in the state. And
Yeah.
this is danger signs for the DMK there. So, what about the leadership of Annamalai? Because one thing that we have to talk about is all the exit poll projections that I am seeing, at least so far, have not projected victory for Annamalai in the seat of Coimbatore. And if that is the case, will he just be continuing as the state president for the BJP and concentrating on 2026 elections? And would that be a sort of bittersweet moment for him if he does end up losing the elections?
Both the DMK and the ADMK had made it a prestige battle in Coimbatore that, under no circumstances should we let Annamalai win this particular constituency, because a Annamalai with Coimbatore Lok Sabha MP tag attached to him would be much more of a potent force. But I do believe that the BJP is not a Congress-like party where the Congress president of any state unit would immediately tender his or her resignation after the loss in a particular election. The BJP is operating in Tamil Nadu as a long-term project. It does not see Tamil Nadu as a low-hanging fruit, definitely not something which is going to be ripe for plucking in 2026. So it would bide its time, and Annamalai remains the BJP's best bet. He has a lot of detractors within the state unit who
Yeah.
obviously don't like his rise to fame, given the fact that has been almost like a lateral entry into the political space of Tamil Nadu. But given what he has achieved, given his kind of stature, given his articulation, ability to articulate his point of view, I do think that this is something Annamalai as an appointment as a Tamil Nadu BJP chief is something they would like to continue, because anyone else would be like turning the clock back as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned.
Yes.
Annamalai has managed to get under the skin of both the Dravidian parties, and I don't think the BJP is a party which likes to take its foot off the pedal.